So apologies, we have a few technical issues here with the feed and the stream, but we're back on now, everything in place, and you can see a interesting start to this Didsbury chase of 139 even to win. Just only knocked off 4 of that, and they've lost a wicket. Tom Haffel, his first bat on the Didsbury ground, ended in disappointment for him, edging through to the wicket keeper. Second ball, he's out for naught, so an early fillip for the visitors, Macclesfield. A good take from James Cross behind the stumps, but it's the first wide of the innings. Scores up to 5. I don't know why it hasn't registered on the screen. Let's try that again. This is what I mean about some of the issues we've been having. There it is, it's gone, it's seen it now. So 5 for 1. Tim Hughes on strike, as you can see. Joined by Evan Turner after the early loss of Tom Haffel. And Miles Bradshaw, lively right arm over bowler. He's gone onto the pads there of Tim Hughes. He's tipped it away, a couple of runs. Timmy has kind of run back for the second. That's good running from these two. Short boundary there, and we had to go hard to get there, but they managed that fine. So yeah, Macclesfield 138 all out, an under par score you would feel, but one of those ticklish ones if a couple of wickets go early, and one already has, which they will be delighted with. Very much nothing to lose for Mac in that sense. The lower division side not expected to do much in this game, so there's no pressure on them. Didsbury are going to have to be careful to just knock these off without undue alarm. Sam Hughes it was who took the wicket, and the young spinner made the top score earlier for Mac. He's looking 26, although he'd give it away rather, we said, but nonetheless 3 nice boundaries and an over off the Didsbury captain.
5 teenagers and nobody over 30.
Oh, thank you. I'm joined by Massey, father of the Mac captain Jack. 5 teenagers and no player over 30. Wow. Well, that's a good testament to the strength of the youth policy at Mac. And Miles has been playing this cricket for some years now and is a very handy performer. Just a fraction short there, and with the early overs, just 2 men out. They can't have men everywhere. And similar to the early part of the Dids innings when Jack Massey just leaned back and placed one through the gap on the offside, that will be there. Tim Hughes doing likewise and getting his first boundary. Just a fraction short from Miles Bradshaw, but Tim Hughes quickly on top of the bounce and guided that away. That's Bradley Porter is at backward point, and that's clipped nicely on the other side of the wicket this time. But, good chase. That's Ben Kerwin doing the chasing. A couple of runs there. So, 9 off this over already, and a ball to come. So it'll be a first ball for Evan Turner of Miles Bradshaw. Correction, sorry, it's 2, isn't it? That was just a single. Tim Hughes still on strike, ignore me. Evan at the non-striker's end. He's faced 3 balls in the previous over to the early loss of Tom Haffel. And that's on to Tim Hughes quickly, but Evan Turner alert caught Tim a bit by surprise, I think. On Tim a bit quick. It's a leg by though. Didsbury will take the run. They need to take every run available. And Tim Hughes keeps the strike with the 3rd leg by of the innings. Thanks, mate. Thank you very much. tablet somewhere, so there we go. Yes, I was sorry about the problems this afternoon, but we're, I think, back in sync now with everything. Let's hit away nicely for a single. And that's a sort of swivel drag round from Evan Turner. I think we got wides. They didn't get anything on it at all, so it's 3 wides, which Didsbury will gratefully accept. Just want to work this target down in stages. Under 100 first of all, I would think, would be the number one objective. So it looked a rather ungainly shot, but he missed it altogether, Evan Turner. Getting forward nicely though to the young Macclesfield off spinner. A glorious afternoon here at Dids. Very hot, sunny, warm, perfect for cricket. And this is going to be an intriguing contest. The run rate won't be an issue for Didsbury. I'm just got to keep wickets intact and just go towards their target, taking every opportunity to score that presents itself. Anything short will get the treatment. That's that short boundary we've got on the leg side. But, for this Macclesfield attack, we've just got to keep it tight, and we'll see what pressure they can bring to bear on the Didsbury lineup. Not with bowling like that, they won't, and with Tim Hughes in the form he's in, that's the first 6 the innings. I said it's a short boundary, and I said not to bowl short, and Miles Bradshaw has done just that. Tim Hughes in great form at the moment, and has quickly latched on to whack that into the undergrowth. In fact, I think it might have gone through the fence, so we'll have a slight delay here. A shot from Tim Hughes, early swivel, and just effortlessly hit it away. Let's catch up with the other scores from around the Cheshire Cup today. Lindo 209 against Alderley Edge. I'm not sure where that's being played, but interesting chase. Local derby, that one. Those two clubs very close together. Geographically, Bergenhead Park are huge. You would think out of reach, 287 for 8. And that's a big crowd in the park there, watching that game against Davenham. Got a lot to do. Bramall only 117 for 8 in their 40 against Chester. I would think will ease to victory there. Brooklands 251 for 8 against Toft. Fine effort from them. And a big target for Toft, who've been struggling in the Prem. Elworth 20 for 3. And Grappenhall recovered to 161 all out. They were in a bit of a sticky spot there, but early blows for Grappenhall at Elworth. Going to be a big crowd down there. Nantwich got to 258 in the end 258 for 7 against Northwich, who I think are going to have a dickens of a job to knock that off. Wallasey 228 for 6, again another recovery at Alton Park. We've just got underway. Alsages 143 at Oxton, and we're 30 for none. Georgians backed up 252 in their 40 overs against Widnes. Templey 222 for 6 against Sale. Amston 216 for 9. I think they'd have been looking for a bit more than that against New Brighton, who are off in a flash. 13 off the first in reply there at Moorside Road. Hello to anybody listening in that part of the world, if you happen to be. Right, we've got the ball back. That's the first ball of the over as well, so still a 5 to come. Oh no, that's bounced and caught Tim Hughes out, but thankfully he turned his back on it. Tim, it was on him. I don't know whether he just lost sight of it. It flew off the top edge of the bat, but thankfully for him and for Didsbury into a gap on that leg side, that one of the two men who's back is there. I'm not sure who that is. I think that could be Dan Evans down there, not sure. But anyway, it evaded him. So Didsbury will take the run gratefully. So Evan Turner's first delivery from Miles Bradshaw now. Slight adjustment in the field. You'll see one of those slips coming out to square leg. So a bit more protection. 4 men on the leg side now for Miles Bradshaw. And that 3 in the circle and 1 back. Long leg on the boundary. I think that's Otis Palms down at long leg, just looking around. One left alone by Evan Turner. So an over that started off with a lovely shot for 6, ends quietly. Evan Turner just not tempted, sensibly leaving the ball alone. 25 of the first 5 overs. Didsbury, but they've lost a wicket, so I just want to get a partnership established here, which will really set them on their way to this target of 1 at 3-9 for victory. Sam used to continue. Plenty of attacking fielders, so they could only have 2 outs at this stage, and Macclesfield know they need wickets. And out either side of the wicket square, but we've got a leg slip, backward point and short fine leg, which is unusual, but clearly a plan here in place. Captain Jack Massey up to leg slip. That's a wide. Another one on the total. All these useful runs for Dids. That's short, but Tim Hughes can't fully capitalise. Going to turn it away to short fine leg. I think that's Finn Nash there. Promising cricketer, Sam Hughes. I remember him making his debut. Macclesfield 2 was on his first season there, and he's never been faced. But Tim Hughes has got just enough on that one. He's taken advantage of the short boundary. It was right up in the gap. The man, I think that is Otis Palms. I'm not 100% sure, but back on the point boundary. Again, it was a little bit nip and tuck as to whether that was going to land over him or drop into his hands, but he leapt high, couldn't quite get there. Tim Hughes, a calculated risk with the boundary that short. It was in his half, as it were, and it's his second six. Just having a chat with the wicketkeeper James Cross about the shot, but that was not without alarm. But, anyway, he's survived that one nicely forward to it. So you can see the Didsbury progress with the worm way higher than the Macclesfield one. I expect it to stay that way throughout the innings, to be honest, but it's just a question of what wickets Macclesfield can take and any pressure they can bring to bear. So 32 for 1. Didsbury near to that first target of getting the requirement under 100. Evan Turner, who just watchfully in the last over, let a lot of things go, and he's nicely forward there. Tim Hughes actually was interested in a run for a while there, but Evan Turner never interested. Complete miscommunication there. It could have been a catastrophic run out for Didsbury. Guys, just to avoid any of that. That's a nice shot from Evan Turner. Brad Porter, I think that is diving to stop the ball, but Evan Turner is away. Only going to be a single. There's enough pace taken off the ball by the diving stop. I think that's Brad Porter at backward point. Evan Turner off the mark with that one, and 33 the score. So that's a nice shot from Tim Hughes. Just too much width there. That time from Miles Bradshaw, and he's discovering ball into a batsman of the quality of Tim. The last over he dropped short and got whacked out of the ground, so he's kept the ball up, but just a little bit too much width, and Tim can just glide that away. Very good at that shot, and with only the two fielders allowed out. The only man back is at long leg. Everyone else is in the circle. Just hand off the bat there, Tim Hughes, suspiciously keeping that ball out. We've got a square leg by the umpire in the circle, mid-wicket, mid-on. Yeah, long leg, very square on that little boundary wall. Oh, nice piece of fielding there, I think. Sure who that was. But it was a fine piece of fielding as he hit that nicely, Tim Hughes, very firmly to the cover fielder. Might have been Dan Evans, I'm not sure, but anyway, it was a good stop by the youngster. It's played out to mid-off. To end the 7th over. 37 for 1. That's Sam Hughes. Resume battle with Evan Turner. And a back either side of the wicket square, so everybody else in the fielding circle. That leg slip still in place. You can see Jack Massey. Short, fine leg. Very close backward point as well. That's short. That should... missed out there, really. That is Dan Evans there, feeling it short mid wicket. Evan Turner will be a bit annoyed there because that was there for a short of a length, but couldn't find the gap. He threw his overs nice and quickly, Sam Hughes. 4 dots already. Oof, and that's a little bit uppish. Evan Turner. Just want to get his head a little further over the ball. And plays that one up quietly for a maiden. So a second maiden for Sam Hughes. Threw the over quickly, as I say, and two bowlers used. You can see the difference in the economy rates, but it's about wickets for Macclesfield. We're going to have a change of bowling here. Is this the captain himself coming on? I think it looks like it might be. It is going to be the captain, Jack Massey. So with the power play over, they can now have that first 8 overs. Didsbury 37 for 1, Mac were 24 for 1 off theirs, so either side going bananas in the power play. Mac were certainly under the cosh. Remember, there's only 1 boundary, I think, in that power play for them. Correction, 2. Yeah, 2 boundaries, but already Didsbury have had 2 sixes as well as 2 4s. So Tim Hughes now, looking at what he's got around him. Deep mid wickets out, as well as the men square either side of the wicket for Jack Massey. And that's not a good start, and that's going to be at least 3 wides. I would have thought it's gone. Oh gosh, it's gone for 5 wides. So a gift start for Didsbury, and not the most distinguished piece of bowling that Jack's produced. 5 wide, so a gift there. 42 for 1, so the requirement under 100. Now 97 more needed for Didsbury. I'd say the wides would be a factor. 12 in the Didsbury innings, 10 already for Macclesfield who've given away. Oh, that one's kept very low. Tim Hughes has poked it round. He might even have found a gap. It's a great diving stop on the boundary. I think again that might be Otis out there. I'm not 100% sure, but it's a good piece of fielding, however it was. Can't prevent 2 though. Good running from these 2. Added 40 now, highest partnership of the match. 33 was the best any Macclesfield pair managed. I want to add some more to it. Good early loud call you heard there from Tim Hughes. It was hammered hard at short cover. I think that's Dan Evans who could only deflect it. But Finn Nash in quickly. Tim Hughes wisely choosing not to run. He's hoiked down a little bit. That's not especially elegant, Tim, but it's effective. He gets a run out to the deep mid wickets all along the ground. So 8 already off this over, and 2 balls still to be bowled. And those runs there for Everton. It's full toss from Jack Massey. Should be a couple. Yeah, easy 2. Nothing can be done to stop that. Hello. I've just been joined by a proper scorer at last. We need one in here. And regular Macclesfield scorer Sandra Mason's joined me, which is a great relief after all my earlier travails. 47 for 1 off 9. First over the power play. Jack Massey's gone for 10 off that. He won't be too pleased with that, but I'll see him again. This is still Sam. Yeah, thank you. So how was Old Trafford? You enjoyed it? Didn't realise. I must have misread it. I didn't realise it was a 20 over game. So okay, good crowd. Yeah. Tim Hughes, good running from Evan Turner, and that's a poor throw. Actually, they need to just tidy that up. Macclesfield, they do, but good calling from Evan Turner. Get single for that. Tim Hughes on to 32. And another single. No, but that's another single there for Tim Hughes. That should be the end of the over. 3 off it, and the 50 up for Didsbury with that single. So you can see that, as I said, that run rate's very healthy and will be for Didsbury, but it's the wickets that need to be avoided. That's Macclesfield's only hope to keep the pressure on, but Tim Hughes looking a solid 33 off 37, Tim. And these two have added 46 in a good time. But now that partnership's over as Tim Hughes has driven it straight to mid-on. Miles Bradshaw with the catch. Trying to clear the field, and the infield rather, but Tim Hughes falls for an attractive 33, but Didsbury wanted him to stay there for a lot longer than he was able to, so he departs. As the left-handed Steve Green replaces him. Good round of applause for Tim Hughes. 2 6s, 2 4s in that enterprising innings. Some good running. Some sweet hits as well, but not getting hold of that Jack Massey delivery as he wanted to. Not getting enough elevation. Good catch from Miles Bradshaw. It was coming at him at quite a pace, but he managed to hold on. So still quite a distance away. Hi Joe. 89 away. But Macclesfield have got to keep this pressure on now and see if they can get another one quickly. It'll change things with a left-hander in. Of course, there's just a bit of sorting out who's going to be where and doing what. So we've got there's 2 men out, and that's the right tactics, I think, from that. There's just a slight delay while we adjust the sight screen for the left-hander, because I think it's going to come round the wicket. Jack Massey, square either side of the wicket, the 2 men, and I'll see if either of the straight fielders, mid-off or mid-on, come back into the fielding circle or not. Northwich off to a flyer at Nantwich, 43 for none off 4 in the game of the day for me in the Cheshire Cup, the unlikely one, as Steve Green's first ball he leaves alone. And very nearly edging that one. Steve Green wants to be careful of that. It's fine wicket keeper for Macclesfield, looks a natural to me. Oh, that one seemed to keep a bit low. Steve Green just chopping down on it. The bat was at an awkward angle, that could have got anywhere. It's an easy run there, guys, but not taken. They couldn't decide whether it was going to avoid the fielders or not, so that is a wicket made in the second one of the innings. And there you can see the 2 blue circles. Which Didsbury want to avoid appearing. So he's going to have a 6th over, 1 for 14 from his 5 so far. And bowling to Evan Turner. Oh no, that should be runs there, Evan. Yes, it is. Nicely turned away. Should only going to be 1 now, but 1 will do. And again, we're going to have a slight delay while the screens are moved at the far end. You see the fielders going down there to do that. I think that's Ben Kerwin moving that one. I think everything's okay. Yeah, it didn't take too long, thankfully. It's a lovely bright afternoon, so seeing the ball shouldn't be a problem. It is coming out of a dark background there, but as he loops it really high, Sam. Okay. Going to be an issue. Just the 2 men back square. The orthodox slip now for the left-hander. And a leg slip for 2 right-handers. Several overs as Steve Green gets off the mark. An easy one. 53 for 2. Turner, but oh, what's happened here? Sorry about this. It's 2 dots there. Heaven's sake, that's it. Oh, I think I see what's happening here. Some of the, I think it's the hot sun on the computer's not helping, but we'll do our best with that. Anyway, that's the end of that over. 2 from it. Tidy one from Sam Hughes. Yeah, yep. Jack Massey wicket in his previous over. Nicely driven by Steve Green through the gap in the cover region, and that's a very well-timed first boundary for Didsbury all-rounder. One inside half of the bat. He certainly has got one of the slowest approaches, Jack Massey, I think, to the crease that I've seen. Over much energy is Steve Green. Well, it's not where he intended it, but he'll take it, and it's going to be a couple at least. Desperate dive on the boundary, just out of shot, and I think it's been a successful dive as well. The batsman complete a couple, and not where Steve Green was intending to hit it. He was certainly trying to find the gap, but went away much finer than he was aiming. But to the result, some good fielding down there to stop it going over the rope. Nice shot. The fielder at point deflected the ball, almost overrun by the cover fielder, but he managed to change direction and get back, keep it to 1. So that's 7 off the over, better one for Didsbury. 59 for 2. All 7 in that over to Steve Green. We're having a change here, Sandra. That's not going to be him though, is it? Who's he talking? Was this Stephen, or is it? Is this Steve Kaywood? Right, so it is going to be Australian Steve Kaywood. So Sam Hughes being held back for a couple of overs. We'll see whether that's the right move or not. He was bowling well, Sam. Fine spell, 1 for 16 from 6 of 2 maidens. Certainly no one taking any liberties with him, but we've changed it, and we'll see. Oh, I'm told he doesn't normally bowl. By Sandra Mason, the Macclesfield scorer, who's joined us fresh from Old Trafford. Well, you won't have been as warm as this in that scorer's box, will you? Freezing cold in there. And that's cut to backward point. I think that's Finn Nash there. A little uppish from Steve Green, but survives. Men back square either side, plus mid-wicket on the boundary. And that's hit straight to one of those men on the boundary. Square leg. All along the ground though, nice and safe. Single. The requirement now under 80 for Didsbury. 79 more wanted. Field altering for the right-hander. Stephen Kaywood wants. Well, he's got to have two men back on the leg side boundary now, which is a big old hit for Evan Turner. Not sure he's going to be trying to put it aerial in that direction at this stage. He'll take the run on offer instead through the gaps that are there. That's a bit curious to me. Macclesfield need to keep men up. Their only hope is to take these wickets, and with so many gaps to knock easy runs, the score will keep ticking down. And Steve Green, oh, I think that hit him on the head. Finn Nash was a tumbling stop. Good effort. It's only going to be one. So Steve Green is into double figures now. This constant readjusting won't be helping Macclesfield out. It's still very warm out there. Want to keep the concentration levels good. It's a nice shot from Evan Turner, driven straight to Ben Kerwin at mid off, and that is the over. See the four bowlers used by Macclesfield. Steve Kerwin, that's his first over there. So Jack Massey opting to take pace completely off the ball. These overs. Got the pace of Brad Porter. And out his palms if he wants it, but oh, that's in the air, and that's just over the man. That was a casual shot from Steve Green. I think he's got 4 for it. A bit casual for me, that, and Steve has had a life there. No blame on the fielder. Is that Finn Nash? I think it is. That Brad Porter. He got a hand to it diving upwards, Brad. It was a difficult one, but it could be that kind of catch on a day like this could be the difference. Steve Green has got away with it. He's got another under edge there, and he's going to get another couple of runs, and not where he was intending to play the ball, but Didsbury not complaining. But it was a rather casual cut shot, and it was far too aerial. The man there just over his head. Jack Massey himself might have caught it if he was there. And that's the game. You see, that's a poor ball, a full toss. Steve Green could have hit it anywhere and hit it straight to the field at no run. And 68 for 2. That's a better shot from Steve Green. He's got much more over that cut. He's picked the man out in the covers. His hands will be stinging as a result of stopping that. But that was a better shot. Getting over the ball. Letting the outfield do the work. Again, well left. To end the 15th over. 68 for 2. Stephen Kaywood. Good, reasonable first over. 3 off it, and got through it tidily. To that terrible first ball from Jack Massey of his spell went for 5 wides. There's been no more wides since, so they'll tidy that up Macclesfield. Still want to keep a grip on. Evan Turner, who's been batting very patiently. 29 balls now for his 6, but he's seen 68 runs added, 64 runs added while he's been at the crease, which is the key thing. And doesn't get flustered, the young man, just a bit like Sam Hughes was doing in the Macclesfield innings. Just stay in, let other people bat around you. And make the most of this start that you've made. But Sam didn't really do that. 15 off a Nick Anderson over with 3 nice 4s, but then he got out immediately after that. Oh, it's hit hard by Evan Turner. Straight to mid-on though again, who wrings his hands. Was that Miles or Bradley? Good stop though. And that's a lovely shot from Evan Turner, and that's going to be his first boundary. That is a lovely, carefully placed shot through the offside, the gaps that were there. Nice shot from the young man, into double figures now himself. And having missed out the previous ball. And Didsbury now beyond halfway, 72 for 2, 67 more needed. So just the 4 from the over, Stephen Carewood. Thank you. So were you with Mitch today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gary was there.
Jack Massey in for a 5th over. Over the wicket now to Steve Green, left-hander. He's got room to cut there. Can't beat the fielder at backward point. It's a full toss. That's well fielded Stephen Carewood, who was smartly down there. Not sure whether it got bat or not. It was certainly past the wicket keeper. Needs to work on that agile movement side to side. And he's missed out again. Ben Kerwin there with a fine piece of fielding at backward square leg in the circle, running. Picked the ball up, got it straight back in to James Cross behind the stumps. Steve Green will be frustrated to miss out on that, and that's died. Gosh, that's just not bounced at all. Thankfully for Steve Green, it wasn't straight. So that would have been a horrible way to get out. Nothing you could do about that. Anyway, he survived that one. Jack Massey will be encouraged. That's a nice sweep this time from Steve Green. He's middled that nicely. It's hit a long way. He's only going to be one though, because it's straight to the fielder. And I think that's young Bradley Porter down there. Smart piece of fielding from him. Oh, just a moment. That was the end of the over. So we should have had one in there and one in there. 73 for 2 off 17. Getting through these overs in good time, Macclesfield. We've not had an hour yet, and we've already had 17 overs, which is really good going, and one of the best things they can do for themselves to help themselves in the field, get through these overs. Stephen Carewood, quickly ready. 40. the left-handed Steve Green. It's easy run. And this is the part I don't understand about these Macclesfield tactics. We saw in the league game yesterday with Hyde 2s here. They kept the field up throughout. Didsbury batting first, and that was the right thing to do. Make Didsbury hit. It's going to give them easy runs in the outfield with a relatively modest target to defend. On this pitch, it's going to take something. On this ground, it's going to take something very special, or certainly very slack from the batting side. Caps have been plugged on the leg side. We're just waiting for someone who was, without any regard for anything else, he's getting a round of applause, I think, from Miles Bradshaw. He's gone right behind the bowler's arm, the sight screen at that end. Well, that's a bit brainless, isn't it? Dear me, always one. Right, anyway, we can get on with the action, and Evan Turner has capitalised on that distraction with a nice sweep for 4. Perfectly safe all along the ground. 2 fours in 4 balls now for Evan, having gone 33 balls without one. Now at 2 in 4. 78 for 2. He's having a chat with James Cross. He'll chat to everybody, will James? And whether it's part mind games or he's a very warm, chatty individual. So, which it is. But his mum's sitting beside me, so I want to be careful what I say. Nicely defended out. Another over quickly bowled by Stephen Kaywood. 5 off it for Didsbury though, and that's the important thing for them. Macclesfield were 64 for 3 at this stage, so not a huge amount in it in terms of runs, but with what happened to Mac, that collapse when they lost 8 wickets in 15 overs. That's what made the difference as far as the match situation goes. Massey now, Steve Green facing. He's played that shot a few times, that cut away outside the off stump, but again he's picked out the fielder. Oh! And I think that has to go down as a drop. There was a loud celebration from wicketkeeper James Cross before he'd actually caught it. He had it in his hands. It was like a live fish, wasn't it? That he had just caught on the riverbank, but got out of his grasp and swam away. So that looks like a life for Steve Green. We mustn't laugh, Sandra. And he gets hold of it properly that time. Steve Green. It's right along the ground to the fielder for a single. But that was quite a comical moment where the fielding side was celebrating before they completed the catch, and turned out to be a trifle premature. Oh dear. We'll get Sandra to look through the binoculars at James's face. It's probably red as a beetroot after that. Steve Green on to 19. A couple of lives now then, you could say. But Didsbury glad for the errors in the field that have allowed him still to be there. It's going to be a wide, I think, yeah, down the leg side. number 11. First one in a while, but nonetheless, that wide takes it now under 60 required, 59 more needed. And Didsbury just working his runs down, he's trapped there, but on the back foot. But I only assume it's pitched outside leg stump, coming around the wicket to the right-hander. Anyway, umpire Andy Crick says, no, it's not out. And Didsbury grateful again for that piece of good fortune in that over. So Steve Kaywood, as we're approaching, this should be the last one before drinks. We had a 21 over first session in the first innings, and that was to James Cross's demise, because after 20 they were fine, but in the 21st he got out, attempting a very well, one of those basically he was trying to do what Steve Green's just done. I think he was a little less balanced than Steve at the time, and the upshot was that he was dismissed in an over before drinks that shouldn't have been. He's playing at thin air again on Steve Green. He's riding his luck in this innings, it must be said. Steve Kaywood, for someone who doesn't regularly bowl, certainly not this season so far, is asking a few questions here. And Steve Green hasn't got hold of that. It's more of the splice of the bat. Safe enough, out for a single. Backward square. Under 20 now. Turned away, but straight to the man at short fine leg. And Nash is there. So this should be the last ball before drinks. Nicely bowled by Stephen Kaywood, just a single from the over. So 20 overs were 81. Drinks are all ready, so we are going to have the drinks break at the right time. Didsbury 81 for 2, require another 58, and Mac at this stage 78 for 3, so the run's very similar, but it was the collapse after the 20th that really hurt Macclesfield. We'll see what Didsbury do when we resume after drinks in a few minutes' time. Will you join us in the second half, or the final stanza of this match, the second half of the Didsbury innings, with some mild abuse coming towards the scorers here, which we must address. Jack Massey anyway, seventh over for Jack. And Steve Green, who's had not entirely convincing 21 now. Pushes that out for a single. But the important thing for Dids, he's still there, and he has played a couple of very pleasant shots, Steve. But 2 lives dropped behind the stumps, and a reasonable chance. We'll call it a real easy chance. And that's well hit though by Evan Turner, who's hit it down into the shadows at long leg, and despite the best efforts, the sprawling efforts down there, and I think that's Otis Palms, who I'm surprised I haven't seen bowl yet. It's been been spin all the way since over number 8, and we're in the 21st now. Another single for Evan Turner. That nice 4. Third one for him. Pulled round the corner, so a bit of a gift from Jack Massey. Nicely cut by Steve Green again. Out to the cover boundary. One more run. 88 for 2. So 51 more required. And after a couple of early alarms, Didsbury just showing signs of settling. Although again there's hands on heads. Evan Turner trying a big hit round the corner into that massive gap. I think had he got an edge on that, I wouldn't call that a chance, because it's very difficult and distracting for the keeper. And the batsman swinging the bat like he was doing. 1 or 2 hands on heads indicated it might have been an opportunity, but anyway, it's gone now. 7 off the over, the first one after drinks, and a good one. Seeing that this third wicket stand now with 38. Didsbury 88 for 2, and Jack Massey having a chat now. We'll see with James Cross, 2 senior players. I'm going to see Stephen Kerwood continuing, so this spin approach from Macclesfield continuing, but like I say, with the fielders back, I think they've got to get people up. The run rate's not going to be a problem. Didsbury have always been comfortably in control of that. Wickets, and Macclesfield thought they got a very early one in that second over. But Steve Green trying the reverse there, just to break this hold that Stephen Kerwood's imposing on things. Just 13 off his 4 overs to date, and he's into his 5th now. Just 1 off his previous over. Steve Green won't want to let him settle, but there are gaps. That's short, and that can be hit anywhere, and has been hit, nicely guided, not too hard, and that's going to be 4 through third man despite the best efforts. The outfield's too quick, too good. Here at Dids, and Steve Green, that was a nice shot, convincing shot from him. Didn't try and hit it too hard, just guided it really, and Finn Nash, good effort to get down at backward point, but couldn't. The ball was too well timed, and Brad Porter no chance of cutting it off. And that's a bit of a wipe from Steve Green, and inside edge. You see, having played such a nice shot the ball before, that's a rather uncultured shot that's got a short fine leg and been fielded. He survives again. No run. Before took the requirement to under 50 now. 47 more needed. Steve Green down the pitch and hit that beautifully. That's a great diving stop though at mid-off, just out of camera shot. Sandra will tell me who that was. Miles Bradshaw, I think it was, yeah. Say 2 runs for sure there, Miles Bradshaw. The fine diving stop to take the pace off a very well timed cover drive. Steve Green on to 28. Down the pitch, but Steve Coward saw him coming there, I think, and fired it in. Well bowled. Batsman just digging it out. And this pops forward to end the 22nd over. Didsbury need 45 more. See that run rate still some way ahead. Macclesfield, as I said before drinks, and Didsbury were 81 for 2. Macclesfield was 78 for 3 at the same stage after 20 overs, and after 22 overs there was 78 for 6. So that was the start of a real deep mid-innings decline. Evan Turner, who's been in from since the second over, batted sensibly for his 19. Had 90 runs in total while he's been batting, which is the main thing. 2 or 3 early wickets would have oof, as that one just spins back in. Evan Turner actually pinches a run in the end. Well, that was a rather ungainly shot. Squirted out on the leg side, but a 1 run. So he's on to 20 now as Evan. Batted very well. Done a great job for his team, as I say. 91 he's helped to add. His partnership of 45 now after 46 for the second. So that's the kind of thing that helps to win wickets. And that's the 50 partnership, nearly the 50 partnership. Sorry, it's only 4. Wasn't sure if he'd gone for 4 or 6. It's 4 for Steve Green, his 4th. And that was hit over the infield. Took the risk. Down the pitch again. He's got to be caught this time. No, and he is. He's tried one shot too many. And Stephen Cawood, I think, at backward point, has taken the catch. So Steve Green's innings of 32 or 45 has come to an end. Curious innings from the Wiz. He had a couple of lives for sure. Some not especially well-timed drives, but he got 1 or 2 away nicely. Some pleasant shots as well. But he goes now. With the pair added 49 in good time. Just over 12 overs. And those 2 big partnerships have seen Didsbury into a strong position. 40 needed. The captain, Nick Anderson, comes out. And, just having a quick chat with Evan Turner, but I would imagine Nick wants to get this done. Well, he can't take any liberties. Jack Massey, 2 balls left in his spell. We'll have to have another bowler from this end next over. But it's 2 for 38. Bit of a mixed bag from the skipper as well. It's bowled 6 wides and hit to the boundary 4 times. But a couple of wickets, and that's the key. Was the key for Macclesfield. They need to get one of these 2 out fairly quickly now to really revive any faint hopes they have. There's 40 required. And bravely, Jack Massey is keeping mid off and mid on up. Mid wicket and square legger back. I think with 2 balls left, Nick Anderson's unlikely to take too big a chance. Indeed not, just allowing that ball to thud into his thigh pad. So, end of the 23rd over, the end of Jack Massey's spell. 2 for 38 from his 8 overs with a maiden as well. So he's done his job. I'll have to think about whether he's going to stick with spin or go back to pace. Pirate Andy Crick just filling his card in there. I'll have told Jack, I'm sure that it was his final over, and we are going to have a change in the type of bowling, as you heard Sandra Mason telling me. Finley Nash is going to have a bowl as one of just 5 Macclesfield batsmen to get double figures earlier. Finley 17 he made. He did hit a very 6, I'll say that. He'll have been pleased with that. But, in the under 17s age groups, another one of the Macclesfield young players coming through. It's good to see them playing first team cricket, first 11 cricket as well. And good opportunity for him. He's certainly got a long run up, Sandra. Neck. But doesn't bowl any wides, because this could spoil me too, this. Anyway, what have we got? Third man fine leg and cover on the boundary, the men out. What's left arm, it's a horrible full toss to start with, which Evan Turner gleefully smacks through mid wicket where the man's just come in from. For 4 to bring the Didsbury 100 up. 103 for 3. And he wouldn't mind too many more of those. He's running that far, and I think he could, coming off half that run up to bowl at that pace. Young Finley. Just a little bit of a breeze picking up for the first time. Well, it's short, and again it's got the treatment. And perhaps Jack Massey will be regretting this reversion to pace. Stephen Kaywood was bowling very tidily. His last 2 overs had only cost 7 runs, only 19 in total of his 5, and already Finn Nash has gone for 8 off 2 deliveries, and he's now sending the Bradley Porter. We still haven't seen bowl yet, sending him back. So there's a huge gap now on the leg side through square leg. Just a little push around the corner will get Evan Turner runs. Mid wicket's in. Mid on, and that's Miles Bradshaw, but he's right back on the fielding circle. Short again, and Evan Turner's miscued that though. Miles Bradshaw's coming round and he's caught it. He's caught it. It was short again. It was not a good ball. But Evan Turner not getting over it properly, not timing it. And Miles Bradshaw has picked up a good catch at mid-on. Evan Turner, having battled all that time, has finally departed. Perish for 28. That's at 80 minutes. Evan did a good job for his team. He's seen 103 added while he's batted. He'll be disappointed to get out like that though. He's at 2 4s in the over already. And to be fair to him, the ball was there to hit, but just mistimed it. Man was set very deep and took the catch. As James Green goes in to replace him. And just a little bit of concentration needed to get this done. 4 good overs earlier. James Green, very hostile, quick. To Job to do with the bat, still 32 needed. Takes no chances with his first ball. That's short. James Green was looking at profit on that, but you can see it rather exasperated swish it about as he missed out, hit it straight into the ground. So a bit of a mixed bag from Finlay Nash. A couple of rather rank deliveries that got dispatched. Yeah, okay, thank you. So you've heard Sandra informing me Otis Palms is going to bowl, but yeah, Finlay Nash, a couple of half trackers. But then picked a wicket up with another not particularly good delivery. 1 for 8 is the net outcome, and Didsbury lost 2 for 8 in 2 overs, which they won't be pleased about. Certainly Nick Anderson won't be. 2 batsmen on naught in now, and it'll be an interesting little phase of the game. The wicketkeeper James Cross he can't be standing up surely to him without a helmet. Well, it looks like he is James Cross, which is unusual. There's no slip though. Stephen Cawood's coming to short mid-wicket. Mid-off and mid-on are coming in. They've just moved the sight screen. So they're in the circle. Cover and Squellag on the boundary either side. Put everybody else in. Ah, he's gone back now, James Cross, I was going to say. That's just not sensible. Fine leg is on the boundary as well. Just see him now. I'll be pleased to be down there in the shadows. It's a warm afternoon as Otis Palms is in first ball, and he's been wided. Nick Anderson, I think, looking to put that on the road. I think it was short, but too wide, so we'll take the run. Thank you very much. Try again. Again. And a quick indicating that's still too wide. So Didsbury grateful for these gift runs. 30 now the requirement. 109. 4-4. More on target from young Otis. Getting his radar sorted now a little better, the young man, and Nick Anderson just took his hand off the bat as he came forward to that. nice shot from Nick Anderson. That's 2 full. That's a lovely shot, and he's off the mark with a lovely straight 6. No apparent effort at all from the Didsbury captain, but he's done that so often. He's such a fine striker of the ball. Destructive player, and Otis Palms, who will think, well, that was the same as the other deliveries. But it's just that fraction fuller. And Nick Anderson, such a fine player, timed it beautifully, flown away for 6. That's a shorter one. He's just missed out on that one. I haven't talked about how well he times it, but when he plays that straight drive, there are a few who can play that very well in Cheshire, but no one better than Nick. Slower ball from Otis Palms, well disguised, and he's done sufficiently well to fox the Didsbury skipper. So it's a dot to finish the over. 8 from it in total, 2 wides to start with, and then the 6, which spoiled his figures, but aided Didsbury's cause. As you can see, just 24 more required now. Just having a chat with James Green about the best way to play this. Nice shot of James Green, misfielded there. That's sloppy work. That's the captain actually. Didn't get hold of that cleanly. Allowed a run. Nice easy single for Nick Anderson there. Push that out to point on the boundary. Nice shot from James Green. He's hit that hard, but Ben Kerwin round at mid-off. Smart piece of fielding there, you'll have seen. That was hit nicely. And it's frustrating for the batsman not to get a run for a nice lead shot, but they've just got to stay patient and wait for the next opportunity. Oh, that's kept low. That's what defeated James Green there. You can see him standing. Swishes the bat. But just needs to stay patient, James. There's plenty of time. And Didsbury well in control of the requirements. I just want to get it done without any further loss of wickets. That's a shot, just hit hard out to the boundary, and the fielder behind it nicely. Pinches the bowling, James Green. 3 off that over. 1-1-8 for 4. There's 21 away now. See there the 6 bowlers used by Macclesfield. No Porter, which I'm a little surprised about. Must be a reason for that. See another over from Otis Palms. If his mum happens to be watching, Tandy, fine job with the Macclesfield newsletter that I get. Best in Cheshire, that. And good to see clubs working hard to publicise what they're doing, as James Green again is frustrated. A fine shot, but smart piece of fielding. I think that's Miles Bradshaw, or is that Dan Evans at backward point? Either way, it's good fielding. Lovely warm afternoon. We'll be hoping this holds during this week. We've got another busy round of T20 fixtures coming up. Second 11. Some of the first 11 rearranged ones, I believe. As James Green has flicked that just short of the man on the square boundary, who's got into a bit of a tangle. Don't know whether they go for the catch or stop the ball. Did neither in the end, and it's 4. A little bit of a heart in mouth moment for James Green, but got his first boundary. Requirement now just 17. Just going to have a little look at the games. Alderley Edge 105 for 1 off 17, making good progress to the 201 they need. Davenham 61 for 7, sunk without trace at Birkenhead Park, chasing a massive total. No chance of getting that. Chester have almost won at Bramhall, just 4 shy there. 113 for 2, chasing 118. Toft 70 for 4 at Brooklands, in problems again. Our friends there. Elworth 139 for 5. They've recovered. They were 20 for 3, chasing 162 to beat Grappenhall. James Green again can't beat the infield. That could be a good, 16 overs still they've got left. Elworth, so no problems with the time, but if Grappenhall can get a couple of quick ones. Northwich, oh dear, chasing 259. They were 110 for 3, but they're 119 for 6 now. I think I've lost my money there, Sandra. I was hoping for an upset somewhere, but always unlikely. James Green switch a single out, and he's still looking in a very frustrated figure, James. He's pinched the bowling again of his captain. A single off that last ball, 5 off that over. So 16 more needed. And Sam Hughes coming back. As you heard, just a couple of overs from Finn Nash at that end. Sam Hughes has got 2 overs left. I did think he could really have done with being bowled through, because he was bowling so well. 1 for 16 off his 6 overs, but Jack Massey made the decision to change him, and although Steve Kerwood didn't do a bad job, it was one of those where you felt the impetus was with the bowler, and he's got to recover himself and find himself again quickly. Sam Hughes. James Green will be much more happy with that shot, punched cleanly down the ground. 124 for 4. So just 15 more needed. Wide ball. And they use Nick Anderson. Happy to let that one from Sam Hughes just drift beyond that blue guideline. By Chris Riggs signalling the 14th wide of the innings. Oh, that one's beaten him. Nicely bowled. This is what I mean, you see. He was in a good rhythm, was Sam. And with such a low target to defend. I would have bowled him through, I think, and just seen what happened. Nick Anderson's found the gap down there. He won't go for 6. That's the man only at long on, but it has got enough to go on for 4. Nice safe shot from the Didsbury captain. You might have seen, I think that's Miles Bradshaw scurry across from long on, but to no avail. So that was nicely, deliberately placed by Nick. His first 4 to go with a 6, and now Ben Cohen's gone back to long off, and I don't really see the point of that, because that's just that easy run now down the ground. We only need 9 now, Didsbury. So game just about done. 130 for 4. Just to finish off those Cheshire Cup scores. An interesting game at Urmston. New Brighton have stumbled a bit. 134 for 5, needing 217, but they've only used 16 overs, so they've gone off like a rocket. 134 off 16 there. Whoa. But 5 down, so that could be an interesting one. Now, let's watch the last ball of Sam Hughes' 7th over. James Green has gone big because Ben Cohen's come back up into the fielding circle, and I think he's actually stopped it. You might have seen the ball just plugged, and the batsmen have completed 2. James Green is perfectly capable of clearing the boundary himself. Fine striker of the ball. It just kind of plugged in the shadows down there, and Ben Cohen a fine tumbling stop. 9 off the Sam Hughes over on his return, you see, and that's the difference. So only 7 required now, so just about done here. Didsbury will be happy enough. A bit untidy, I think they were a bit unhappy to have conceded so many. They should really have been Macclesfield shouldn't have been getting 139 from the position they were in at 85 for 7. Losing 4 in the chase, they'll be thrilled with, but it's almost job done. So in the end, all that matters is getting through, and it is a very different first 11. So as Nick Anderson has crashed that to the outfield, he's not going to get a boundary though. He's not caught it flush off the bat, because I think that would have been scores level if he had. As it is, it's 2 runs. I think he'll be looking for the same sort of shot to finish the game now. There's 5 more needed. And he has done, but he's not got hold of it. And the 2 fielders, just couldn't get hold of the ball. He can't do it. No, there's going to be overthrows. James Cross came across. So it's 2 more for Nick Anderson. He was as a backpedaling effort at mid-off. Sure that was, but couldn't quite get a hand on the ball. Might have just looked into the sun briefly, that won't have helped. And then a wild throw came in. James Cross, you'll have seen a desperate attempt to stop the buzzer, but to no avail. So it's 2 more for Nick Anderson, just 3 more wanted now on out. He will be wanting just to finish this game off as emphatically as possible. Oh, and he's put it straight up in the air. Should be a caught and bowled, and he's dropped it. Oh dear. And that kind of sums it up, I think. It's been good enough from Didsbury, but it's been untidy, and that was Otis Palm's very embarrassed about that, I'm sure. We've all done it, Otis, and in your defence it's not going to make any difference to the result, but he'll have wanted a wicket. Nick Anderson will be cross with himself about that. He needs just to gather himself, connect cleanly, and that's better. It's a good quick pull, accurate, and Nick Anderson just not taking any liberties this time, which is good. Just recomposing himself after that life. So only 3 required. It's not going to matter in that sense, but it's been good enough from Didsbury, but untidy at times. They will take that learning into the next round, as Nick Anderson has beaten the field and got 4. I should get a signal. I haven't had a signal. I'm going to put it down as 4. And record the end of the game. It certainly was at least 1 run, so Didsbury win by 6 wickets, 140 for 4, 11 overs unused, as Macclesfield paid the price for losing those 8 wickets in 15 overs when they won the toss and chose to bat. They were 57 for 1, fell away to 85 for 7 some 9 overs later, and then 122 for 9. Last pair added a useful 16. And when Tom Havill fell early, there was just a sniff of a chance, but Sam Hughes was taken off when he was completed 6 of his 8 overs, save for later, which I think in retrospect Jack Massey might do that differently. Could he do it again? Partnerships of 46 and 49 then followed, and Nick Anderson, as I say, rather untidily being dropped in that last over and swiping a little bit, did hit a really sweet straight drive on 4, the second 4 to finish the match. Didsbury had 6 wickets, so we will thank you for joining us. Sorry the coverage has been a bit hit and miss this afternoon, but hope you've enjoyed the cricket. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we'll see you again. I've got some T20 cricket during the week, so keep an eye on the YouTube channel if you want to watch some more of that. Come on down to the club as well. It's lovely down here this time of the night. So this is James Emerson, the Didsbury scorer, thanking you for joining us. Thanks to Sandra Mason for her help, Macclesfield scorer, and we'll join you again another time on the Didsbury CC YouTube channel.